Good afternoon, people of the internet. I was just editing some videos for my other channel and I needed a mental break because sometimes you just can't work for 6 hours straight. So I wanted to make a little plant video. I picked up this beautiful neon pothos. I love the color of this plant. Isn't it like that lime green just makes everything just feel fresh and happy. I don't know, it's a happy color to me. I like this. So I picked this up on Facebook Marketplace and the plant looks like it's ready for a transplant, and I want to put it in a bigger terracotta pot anyway, an 8-inch pot, and I want it to grow big like those guys in the shelves, like that or that. But in order for it to grow big, you need a lot of cuttings and you need a big pot. So we're gonna start with this, and I'm gonna grow this plant into one of those big plants. This looks to me like it's 3 or 4 plants in here, and to get a big plant like those ones you need about 10 to 15 cuttings. So my plan is, this first video I'm going to transplant this into a terracotta pot, and then as it starts to vine out I'm going to take cuttings from it and I'm going to replant the cuttings back into the pot, and we're going to make a nice big plant, and I'm going to bring you along with me step by step. So if I've been selling a bunch of pothos on Facebook Marketplace myself, so if you buy one off of me and you want to learn how to make a big plant out of your purchase from me, I guess this is the video series to watch. So it's going to take a couple months to get the whole thing going. It's one of those labor of love kind of situations where you just have to like do things as the plant grows. You can't do it all at once. So a little bit of patience, some water, some sunlight, and you'll have a giant pothos. So yeah, let's get to planting this beautiful neon pothos right now. Okay, back in couch cam view. This couch is going to become like an iconic piece of the set here. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a plastic lid from a container. You can use whatever you want here. I just don't want to make a mess, too much of a mess. And let's see. Yeah, in there pretty good. Let me get... Aha! Got this very sophisticated tool called a butter knife. And I tried to pull the plant out, but it's pretty stuck to the edges. So I'm going to take the knife and I'm just going to go around the edges very carefully, trying not to damage roots. And we're going to loosen it from the side of the pot. And let's see. The soil is pretty dry here too. Okay. Nice and gentle, nice and gentle. Okay. Don't want to rip the roots, so we're going to go a little bit more. I find if you rip the roots of a plant, it takes a lot longer for it to start growing because it puts all its energy into rebuilding the roots. Ah, there we go. Slipped right out. Alrighty, okay, so what do we got here? This is definitely not root bound. Everything's nice and loose, looks good. Roots look good, everything looks healthy. Now we're gonna put it in here. So here's a little trick that I use, because these pots have big holes in them, and when you water, lots of stuff can fall at the bottom. And where did I put that? Ah, here we go. So if you ever buy garlic from the supermarket, I don't know where you're from, but where I'm from, it has this like plastic stretchy mesh around it. And yeah, I just take that, I cut it out, and then I stick it on top of the hole from the inside, and then we put the dirt on top. So they got some stones here for drainage. I'm just gonna put that over top of the hole, and then let's see how much soil I'm gonna have to put in here. Ooh, quite a bit. So now we're gonna get some of this. Okay. Looks like we probably need a little bit more. And this is just regular potting mix. If I had some kind of peat moss or something, I'd probably put that in here. And if I had worm castings or anything like that, I'd put that in here as well. But I don't find that Pothos is too picky. Okay, that's perfect. All right, now we're just gonna get our hands dirty and get all this soil in here. And this is pretty easy to do. If you pick up a plant off of me on Facebook Marketplace, you can easily transplant it into a bigger pot. Not too hard to do, especially with pothos. They're not picky, like I said. They'll grow in just about anything. So this is one of those plants that if you're just getting into houseplants or just getting into plants and you want something easy or you want something for your kids so they can learn about growing plants, get a pothos because they are really hard to kill. You could go a month without watering it and some leaves will dry up and brown and fall off, but the plant should survive. Not that you should go around doing that, but if you neglect it a little bit, it's not going to die right away. It's not so fussy. Okay, now we're gonna put in some soil on this side to balance it out, and I think we're done. Okay, if you ever watch Food Wishes on YouTube, we'll give it the old tappa tappa. Chef John is hilarious. It's one of my favorite YouTube channels, is Food Wishes. Okay, we're just gonna pat it down a little bit, then we're gonna add some water. And to keep it simple here, I'm just going to pour water from this wine bottle in here. But what you really want to do is you want to put this under the sink and just flood it with water till water starts shooting out the bottom. And you'll notice the terracotta pot gets wet. And you just want to give it a good soak to start. So let's make some mud. I just noticed the root floating around there. We're just gonna bury it. Okay. Now we're just going to wait for the water to go down, and then I'm gonna put a second pouring of water in here. But like I said, if you just run it under the sink till the water gets to the top, and then let the water sink in, and then pour more water in until you just drench everything. All right, there we go. We have the water dripping out the bottom. Everything is thoroughly drenched. And that's it. So this is part one of growing this pothos into a giant pothos plants like the ones I have in my shelf there. So this is gonna stay here until we get a nice vine that's maybe 8 or 9 leaves long, maybe even longer. But when that happens, I'll make part 2 of this video. And that'll take probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. I find these pothos, when the roots are developed and they're growing fast, they'll grow at about 1 leaf per week, give or take. So yeah, we'll see you in 8 weeks, 9 weeks. And we'll make part 2 of this video. All right, thanks for watching. Peace out. I will see you guys in the next video.